Hello everyone, my name is Argela Alessaro, taking the program Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics at Stern Visayas State University Main Campus, Tacloban City. This is the part 2 or continuation of our discussion on properties of inequality. The next property is the addition property of inequality or API. For all real numbers A, B, and C, if A is less than B, then A plus C is less than B plus C. And if A is greater than B, then A plus C is greater than B plus C. So what can you observe from this inequality? That's right, we have added C both sides of the inequality. So this property can also be visualized by a number line. So A is less than B, and we will add both sides of the inequality by 4. So we have A plus 4 is less than B plus 4. So it means that if we add a number both sides of the inequality, it is still true, though it will not produce a same number, but the statement will still be true. Note that this is true whether we add a positive or negative number both sides of the inequality. So another example, A is less than B, and we have added negative to both sides of the inequality. So remember that there is no such thing as subtraction property of inequality, because this property, addition property of inequality, also covers subtraction, because subtracting a number is the same as adding its negative. Just like this example, A plus negative 2 is less than B plus negative 2. We have here the example in solving addition property of inequality. So for example here, 8 is greater than x plus 2. So we will add negative 2 to each side of the inequality. So it will be 8 plus negative 2 is greater than x plus 2 plus negative 2. 8 plus negative 2 is equal to 6, and 2 plus negative 2 is equal to 0. So we have x is greater than x, and simplify further, x is less than 6. So when we swap the left and right sides, we must also change the direction of the inequality. So we have x is less than 6, and that is our solution. X is less than 6. In other words, x can be any value less than 6. Another example, solve 5x minus 6 is less than or equal to 4x minus 4. So both sides of the inequality has x. So here we will apply the addition property of inequality. So we will add negative 4x plus negative 4x from each side of the inequality. So it will be 5x minus 6 plus negative 4x is less than or equal to 4x plus negative 4x minus 4. 5x minus 4 is equal to x, and 4x plus negative 4 is equal to 0 minus 4. So simplify, we have x minus 6 is less than or equal to negative 4. And apply again the addition property of inequality. We will add 6 to each side of the inequality. So we have x minus 6 plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 4 plus 6. Negative 6 plus 6 is equal to 0, and negative 4 plus 6 is equal to 2. So therefore, our answer here is x is less than or equal to 2. In other words, x can be any value less than or equal to 2. The last property, which is the multiplication property of inequality or MPI, for all real numbers a, b, and c, then all of the following are true. If c is greater than 0 and b is less than b, a is less than b, then ac is less than bc. If c is greater than 0 and a is greater than b, then ac is greater than bc. If c is less than 0 and a is less than b, then AC is greater than BC. And if C is less than 0 and A is greater than B, then AC is less than BC. So what can you observe from this inequality? That's right. Each side of the inequality, we have multiplied C for each side of the inequality. So this property can also be visualized using the number line. So we have here 2 times 4 is equal to 8, and 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And 2 times negative 2 is equal to negative 4, and 3 times negative 2 is equal to negative 6. So 2 is less than 3, then 2 times 4 is less than 3 times 4 because 8 is less than 12. But 2 times negative 2 is greater than 3 times negative 2. Because negative 4, 2 times negative 2 is equal to negative 4, and 3 times negative 2 is equal to negative 6. So negative 4 is greater than negative 6. So as you can observe here, when we multiply a negative number, both sides of the inequality, we must reverse the symbol from less than to greater than. That is only if we multiply a negative number. We must reverse the inequality. So we have here examples on solving inequality applying the multiplication property of inequality or MPI. We have negative 3x all over 2 is less than or equal to 6. So all we need to do here is to multiply each side of the inequality by negative 2 all over 3. The reciprocal of 3 all over negative 3 all over 2. So So, negative 2 over 3 times negative 3x all over 2 is less than or equal to 6 times negative 2 over 3. So, simplify. We can cancel 2, 3 here. Negative 2 over 3 and negative 3 over 2. And the remaining term here is x, and less than or equal to 6 times negative 2 over 3 is equal to negative 4. And simplify. So, as you can see, when multiplying by a negative number, we must reverse the inequality. It's like what I have said earlier. We must reverse the inequality. It will be x is greater than or equal to negative 4. So same as the API or the addition property of inequality, there is no such thing as division property of inequality. This property, multiplication property of inequality, also covers division because dividing by a number is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3 over 2 is equal to 2 over 3. And that's all for the 4 properties of inequality. We have first the trichotomy property, the transitive property, the third one is the addition property of inequality or API, and the fourth one is the multiplication property of inequality. So don't forget those 4 properties of inequality. And points to remember: first is subtracting numbers. The API or the addition property of inequality also covers subtraction because subtracting a number is the same as adding its negative. Dividing numbers, the MPI or multiplication property of inequality also covers division because dividing by a number is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. And do not multiply or divide by a variable. Do not multiply or divide by a variable. The MPI shows that the direction of the inequality depends on whether the number multiplied is positive or negative. However, a variable may take on positive or negative values. Thus, it would not be possible to determine whether the direction of the inequality will be retained or not. So next is when multiplying by a negative number, we must again reverse the inequality. And when we swap the left and right sides, we must also change the direction of the inequality. So you must remember these things. And these are the practice exercises. You can pause this video and screenshot, and you can answer these exercises. For part A, direction right true or right true if the statement is true, and false if the statement is false or incorrect. Write your answers in the space provided. And for part B, fill in the blanks by identifying the property of inequality used in each of the following. So part B, part 1, what number or expression must be placed in the blanks to make each statement correct? And for the evaluation part, matching type, for part A, match the verbal sentences in column A with the corresponding mathematical statements in column B. For part B, direction, answer the following questions. So you will identify what property of inequality this referring to. Next is For part C, answer each problem below. From the given replacement set, find the solution set of the following inequalities. Show your complete solutions and state the properties of inequality that have been used. And I will provide two links or two Google Forms in the description below where you will submit your answers from the practice sets to evaluation. This is important so that I will know if you have learned something from the discussion and also for you to practice solving problems involving properties of inequalities. If you have concerns or questions, just write it in the comment section. And thank you for watching and listening. I hope you have learned something. And here is the reference. Again, this is Miss Argelo Alazaro. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye bye.